Radio Lewis. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Hello and welcome to another Vapour Trails, number 57 apparently, and yes, it's with me, Steve Brooks, as ever, and Ron Radio Lewis, where the music matters. And today's show doesn't necessarily have a theme as such. It's called Open Season Part 1, because I just asked for any old requests and of course got inundated with them. So anyway, that's what we've got coming up. I'll just have a quick look and make sure I've got everything in the right place. Yeah, everything seems to be in order. So, in the first half, we've got requests for Scott O'Brien, Tony Keane, Robert Laird, Ali B and Becky Dock. Second half requests for Barry Holmes, Robert Palmer, no, not that Robert Palmer, the Robert Palmer, Lloyd Dickinson, Izzy Drake, Graham Roberts, and Uncle Tom Cobley and all. We've also got a couple of birthday shout-outs as well, and look at me trying to be professional, sliding things up and down. God dear, oh dear. Anyway, might as well make a start, haven't we? We've got a birthday shout-out to Amy Basil, and this is specially for you, Amy. It's a quick word from our sponsors.
And I believe with all of my heart that it is a contributing factor to our juvenile delinquency of today. I 100% believe it. Why I believe that is because I know how it feels when you sing it. I know what it does to you. And I know the evil feeling that you feel when you sing it. I know the lost position that you get into in the beat. Well, if you talk to the average teenager of today and you ask them what it is about rock and roll music that they like, and the first thing they'll say is the beat, the beat, the beat.
Yes, especially for you, Amy. That was the very marvellous Chubby in the Gang. And that's the first track from their brand new album, or debut album rather, that's coming out just now, called Speed Kills. And that track is Chubby and the Gang Rule OK. And yeah, like I say, especially for you, Amy. I'm sure your dad's already well up on that one. And that's a brilliant opener. I love that. The sample at the front is a guy called Don Snow, or Pastor Don Snow, as he's known formerly, and his dad was Hank Snow, who was quite a famous country and western early rock and roll star. And I think Don did actually have a couple of hits until he decided that he'd get more traction from actually slagging off rock and roll. But that's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, next up, got a track from 1981. Now, this is the Gang of Four, and of course, sadly, Andy Gill died earlier this week. And this is from their album Solid Gold and To Hell with Poverty. Yeah, Gang of Four there, doing exactly what Gang of Four used to do best, and that was mix shearing guitars with funky rhythms and a very strong political message. And yeah, be much missed, Andy Gill. Next up, we've got the first request of the show, and this is for Scott O'Brien, and Scott's asked for a bit of Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. This is from 2004, Get Ready for Love.
Get ready for love. Most of all, nothing much ever really happens, and God rides high up in the ordinary sky. Yeah. Till we find ourselves at our most distracted, the miracle that was promised creeps quietly by. From the high window palace, sending grief and joy down in some part of overdoses. We search high and low without mercy or malice, while the gate to the kingdom, the sweet surrender closes. What you're praising him for, praise him till you got what you're praising him for. Praise him a little bit more, yeah, praise him a little bit more, yeah, praise him till you got what you're praising him for, praise him till you got what you're praising him for, praise him a little bit more, yeah, praise him a little bit more, and get ready for I search the seven seas and look under the carpet. I browse through the brochures that govern the skies. Then I was just hanging around, doing nothing. I looked up to see his face burned in the retina of your eyes. Calling every boy and girl. Yeah.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, Nick Cave and the Bad Season, Get Ready for Love. And that was from the album Abattoir Blues, The Lyre of Orphis. And yeah, cheers, well, Scott, absolutely brilliant. Went a bit Mott the Hoople towards the end there, I thought. Anyway, next up, a request for Tony Keane. And Tony wants to play this for Phil Dyson. I'm not quite sure why. I think he's mentioned something about Phil might be spitting blood when he hears it. That's an interesting one. We could make a whole feature of that. Anyway, especially for you, Phil, from Tony, this is ELO. Yes, cheers for that, Tony. Phil, I think I know how you feel now, actually, mate. Back to more familiar things. A couple of requests I'll play together now. First one's a bit of Small Faces for Bob in Edinburgh, and then followed by the Ali B moment, which is some Tommy James and the Shondells.
My baby does the hanky panky. My baby does the hanky panky. Yeah, my baby does the hanky panky. Hey, my baby does the hanky panky. My baby does the hanky panky. Hey, my baby does the hanky panky. I saw her walking on down the line. Yeah, you know I saw her for the very first time. My baby does the hanky panky. Yeah, my baby does the hanky panky. 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 Let's walk it out. Let's go. Saw her walking on down the line. Yeah, you know I saw her for the very first time. A pretty little girl standing all alone. Hey, baby, baby, can I take you home? I never saw her, never saw her. You're low and tight now. Hey, my baby does the hanky panky. Yeah, my baby does the hanky panky.
Yeah, so there you heard the Small Faces and Tin Soldier, which was number 9 in the UK charts in 1967, especially for Bob. And for Ali B, Tommy James and the Shondells and Hanky Panky, which apparently came out in 1964 as the Shondells, and then 2 years later was given a nationwide release in the US under Tommy James and the Shondells, and actually got to number 1 in the US charts. It was about 38 here. Anyway, next up, we've got a new requester. Hooray! Because basically, since I've been doing the badges, I've had a few people go, oh, I want a badge. And I say, well, you've got to request something. So anyway, Becky Doc has done just that. And she's asked for this. I've never heard of before, but it's actually hilarious. It's from a guy called Peter Fox. And it's a German track called Alles New. Everything New, and it's from an album called, I'll try and pronounce this, Stadtraffy, which apparently means urban ape. And if you watch the video, there's lots of people dressed up with ape masks on. So anyway, this is Peter Fox, especially for Docky. Docky? Oh dear, spoonerisms, I don't know. Yes, I shall say that again. This is Peter Fox, especially for Becky.
Ich verbrenn mein Studio, schnupfe die Asche wie Koks. Ich erschlag meinen Goldfisch, vergrab ihn im Hof. Ich jag meine Bude hoch, alles was ich hab, lass ich los. Mein altes Leben schmeckt wie ein labbriger Toast. Brat mir ein Prachtsteak, Peter kocht jetzt feinstes Fleisch. Bin das Update, Peter Fox 1.1. Ich will abshaken, feiern, doch mein Teich ist zu klein. Mir wächst eine neue Reihe, weißer wie bei einem weißen Hai. Gewachs, gedopt, poliert, nagelneue Zähne. Ich bin euphorisiert und habe teure Pläne. Ich kaufe mir Baumaschinen, Bagger und Walzen und Kräne. Stürze mich auf Berlin und drück auf die Sirene. Baue schöne Boxentürme besser massieren eure Seele. Ich bin die Abrissbirne für die deutsche Szene. Hey, alles glänzt, so schön neu. Hey, wenn's dir nicht gefällt, mach neu. Die Welt mit Staub bedeckt, doch ich will sehen, wo's hingeht. Steig auf den Berg aus Dreck, weil oben frischer Wind weht. Hey, alles glänzt, so schön neu. Ich hab meine alten Sachen satt und lass sie in nem Sack verrotten. Motte die Klamotten ein und dann geh ich nackt shoppen. Ich bin komplett renoviert, Bräute haben was zu glotzen. Kerngesund, durchtrainiert, Weltmeister im Schach und Boxen. Nur noch konkret reden, gib mir ein Ja oder Nein. Schluss mit Larifari, ich lass all die alten Faxen sein. Sollte ich hier wieder kiffen, hau ich mir ne Axt ins Bein. Ich will nie mehr lügen, ich will jeden Satz auch so meinen. Mir platzt der Kopf, alles muss sich verändern. Ich such den Knopf, treffe die mächtigen Männer, swing das Land zum Glück, kaufe Banken und Sender. Alles spielt verrückt, zitternde Schafe und Lämmer. Ich seh besser aus als Bono und bin ein Mann des Volkes, bereit die Welt zu retten, auch wenn das vielleicht zu viel gewollt ist. Hey, alles glänzt, so schön neu. Hey, wenn's dir nicht gefällt, mach neu. Hier ist die Luft verbraucht, das Atmen fällt mir schwer. Bye bye, ich muss hier raus, die Wände kommen näher. Die Welt mit Staub bedeckt, doch ich will sehen, wo's hingeht. Steig auf den Berg aus Dreck, weil oben frischer Wind weht. Hey, alles glänzt, so schön neu. Hey! Hey!
OMG. It's Vapour Trails on Radio Lewis.
Yes, Beethoven's Ninth there, otherwise known as Ode to Joy. Yeah, and that's especially for Barry Holmes, who asked for that one, which is called Ode to Joy rock version by Anna Ruckner. And the only way I could get it was to rip it from a YouTube video, which is why it's got those weird noises on there. I don't even know if that's the only recording or whatever, but I hope that was okay, Barry. Anyway, next up, for that Robert Palmer. No, not that Robert Palmer. The Robert Palmer. What am I talking about? Anyway, yes, he's asked for something gentle, something nice, just to kind of keep us going into the evening. And yeah, he's asked for a bit of Crass. Big A, little A.
Bouncing B. The system I got your body won't get me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stand in control, like you're gonna let it get you. Gonna be a prisoner of band night session. So you wanna be a summer kind of thing, I'll let you. Around to get you. Hello, this is the Lord God, can you hear? Hellfire and damnation, what I've got for you down there. On earth I have ambassadors, Archbishop, Vicar, Pope. We'll find you with morality, you best abandon any hope. We're telling you, you'd better pray, 'cause you were born in sin. Right from the start, we'll build ourselves, and then we'll lock you in. We're sitting early judgment, condemning those that stray. We offer our forgiveness, but first we'll make you pay. And take control, are you gonna let him catch you? Gonna be a prisoner of bad day set you. Say you wanna be a summer kind of thing, I'll let you. They're gonna get you. Hello, now is a message from your queen. And think ahead of the status quo, I set the social scene. I'm most concerned about my people, I want to give them peace. So I'm making sure they stay in line with my army and police. My prisons and my mental homes have never opened door. For those amongst my subjects who dare to ask for more. Unruliness and disrespect are things I can't allow. So I'll see the peasants grovel if they refuse to bow. And don't control, are you gonna let them get you? Gonna be a prisoner of band stage session. Say you wanna be a summer kind of thing, I'll let you. You're gonna get you. Introducing the prime minister. She's the mother to us all. Like a Dutch boy's finger in the dike, her arse is in the wall. Holding back the future, waiting for the seas to part. If Moses did it with his faith, she'll do it with an army. Urban's on a fair crisis, are certain to be there. Going national heritage, no matter what or where. Palace for king and queen, smash for the rich, protection for the wealthy, defense of privilege. They've learned the ropes tonight, and go to civil war, fighting for the ruling class. Their battle is not poor, so I just acknowledge this island of mine. Great being for the bollocks, you better than behind. Ran every other quarter, stand and see when I let fall. Guard up the future, in with the law. If there's green money, that doesn't matter what you do. If balance is the floor, then we bring you up on you. You've got to have the worry, you have a straight school. You've got to have a number, it's just what they roll. You've got to look for methods to undermine on the bound. It's time to take the table, the views must be ours. Be exactly who you want to be. Do what you want to do. I'm he and she is she, but you're the only you. anarchist. But no one ever tried to drop a bullet down the steeple. You'll never be the system. I'm bombing number 10. Sit the test, I might have been about the amount of people you might have lived to one. But I'll be back again. If you don't like the rules, they might refuse to play their game. If you don't want to be a number, don't give them your name. If you don't want to be called out, refuse to hear their question. Silence is a virtue. Use it for your own protection. I try to make you play their game. Refuse to show your face. If you don't want to be beaten down, refuse to join their race. Be exactly who you want to be. Do what you want to do. I am he and she is she, but you're the only you. Hello. Vehicle cuff.
Yeah, a lovely bit of crass there for us, and big A, little A. And next up, not necessarily a request, one I've thrown in myself. At home, we've been listening to a lot of Chubby and the Gang. Well, I have. I'm forcing everyone else to. But Ali B's been listening to this as well. This is the Ramonas, who are the female Ramone tribute act. But they've also done an album of their own stuff called First World Problems. I think that might have done another one since. But anyway, this is from 2017. And this song's called Tearaway. I'm going to play it especially for Tracy Monk, who had her birthday yesterday.
He's a Hellcat, celibate, sees a super Kit Kat, it's always on the go. He's a pin and sweet tooth, likes girls and looked at, always at a show. He's a shadow, new rules, overkill, rock and roll, always has a say. He's a fireball rover, funk collector, he'll always be this way. Tear away, tear away. Tear away, tear away. Worked on the dock, simple smile, wearing frogs. Now he hangs with Charlie Harper. Cappuccino, wash pump, one side against drunk. I'm his shareholder. Tear away, tear away. Tear away, tear away. Tear away, tear away. Tear away, tear away.
Yeah, just brilliant. The Ramonas. And if you get a chance to see them live, do. Next up, a shout out for me mate Lloyd Dickinson. And Lloyd's always tagging me in Facebook videos late at night. And one the other night was The Damned doing a version of a song called Jet Boy, Jet Girl. And I was listening to it, oh my God, this is Saplan Pumoir. And of course, what it is actually the same backing track. And I looked into it a bit further and found this version of it by a band called Elton Morello, who were fronted by a guy called Elton Morello, 1977 this is. And basically, in Belgium, in a particular studio, they had the track on as an instrumental, and basically it went one way with Saplan Pumoir and another with the very excellent Jet Boy, Jet Girl. And the weird thing is the Plastic Bertrand one, we played it the other week and kind of said that it was kind of a lot about drinking whiskey, smashing things up, shagging and stuff, which you don't necessarily get from the kind of nice little boy jumping around. But Elton Morello took it one stage further, which you're going to hear in a moment. So especially for Lloyd and everyone else that ever remembers this version, this is Jet Boy, Jet Girl.
Can you tell what's on my mind? She's with him, it drives me wild. him on the head until he's dead. The sight of blood is such a high. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. We made it on a ballroom blitz. I took his arm and kissed his lips. He looked at me with such a smile, my face turned red. We booked a room into the Ritz. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. And though I'm only just 15, I like to kick, I like to scream. And even if I have a kick or two in bed, when I'm with him it's just a dream. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. The other day, what a surprise, I saw him with some other guys. God, he was dressed up with a girl around his neck. I could have cried with both my eyes. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gave me head. And if or when I make it through, or if my brain is stuck on glue, and when the world tries to forget all that I said, I still remember you. Ooh, 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 ooh. You gave me head. Jet boy, jet girl, I'm gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl, 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 girl.
Yeah, absolutely marvellous. That Elton Morello and Jet Boy Jet Girl from 1977. And next up, another new requester. Hooray! Okay, she sits next to Becky in the office, but that's fine. It's okay. This is for Izzy Drake, and this is a band called This Is The Kit, and this is Hotter, Colder.
Jumped all the spirits. Up jumped all the spirits. Out went all the lights. Then with someone riding on your shoulder, guiding you through darkness, playing hotter, colder. So clumsy, fragile sanity, you're treating us so roughly. No, I disagree, she listens and she sees. Sees you getting colder, sees you getting further. Shadow moving darker darkness that got deeper. But it was your own shadow moving through the water.
From the 2017 album Moonshine Freeze, that was This Is the Kit and Hotter Colder, especially for Izzy Drake. Cheers for that, Izzy, that was great. And next up, I'm going to slip in something else. If I can press the right buttons, I'm not too sure. I'm going to give it a go. Just because Kirk Douglas, 103, died today, sadly. And hopefully, if I've got this right, this will be part of the soundtrack of the Vikings film from 1958 or something. Okay, let's see if I can do this. that was lovely, wasn't it? That was The Horns, or Ragnar's Return, from the film score of the Vikings 1958, which of course starred the late Kirk Douglas. Anyway, got one more track to go on Vapour Trails, so just to say thanks to the sharers and carers, and of course just to mention, if you are a sharer and carer and you would like a giant badge which says just that, you can get in touch with me either through Facebook, Steve Vapour Trails, Twitter at Steve Vapour Tra, which is TRA1. I think if you put Steve Vapour Trails, I'm sure it'll find you. Also, there's the email as well, which has got lots of cobwebs on it at the moment, vapourtrails66@gmail.com. And if you want a badge for sharing and caring, I will send it out to you gratis. I've got a few to send out this weekend as well. So anyway, going to leave you with this one. This is a track for Graham Roberts. And yeah, we're going to finish with a bit of Reckless Eric and Whole Wide World.
When I was a young boy, my mama said to me, there's only one girl in the world for you, and she probably lives in Tahiti. I go the whole wide world, I go the whole wide world just to find her. Maybe she's in the Bahamas, where the Caribbean Sea is blue. We've been in a tropical moonlit night because nobody's told about you. I go the whole wide world, I go the whole wide world just to find her. I go the whole wide world, I go the whole wide world to find out where they hide her. I go the whole wide world, I go the whole wide world just to find her. Am I hanging around in the rain out here, trying to pick up a girl? Why are my eyes filling up with these lonely tears when there's girls all over the world? Is she lying on a tropical beach somewhere, underneath the tropical sun, hiding away in a heat wave there, hoping that I won't be alone? I should be lying on that sun-soaked beach with her, caressing the warm brown skin. And then in a year, or maybe not quite, we'll be sharing the same nest of kin. I go the whole wide world, I go the whole wide world just to find her. I go the whole wide world, I go the whole wide world to find out where they hide her. I go the whole wide world, I go the whole wide world just to find her. I go the whole wide world, I go the whole wide world to find out where they hide her. Yeah!
Okay, that was the last song. You can fast forward and turn over the tape now.
Radio Lewis. Local community webcasting.